got a special guest this morning, everybody. She's live with us in the studio right here in Paris, France, and she's making her first appearance on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, of course, because, hell, we ain't been here before. She founded a tour guide service in France, and that offers a richly unique cultural experience that provides travelers with some information, insight, and little-known facts about the wealth of Black history here in Paris. Okay. Please welcome to the show, straight out of Oaktown, baby, Oakland, California, the Bay Area, Ricki Stevens.
Welcome. Bonjour.
Bonjour, madame. Bonjour, monsieur.
Why did you move from, well, I know why, but why did you move to Paris from Oakland? Well, that ain't hard.
Well, actually, I have to give props to, I'm really from East Palo Alto. Well, that's where I was raised, but I was born in Oakland. And I moved because my mother always talked about coming to Paris. My mother married my father. My mother had been a dancer. She had one time danced with Louis Armstrong's band. And she knew all about all of these entertainers. She took me to see Josephine Baker when I was 3. I got to meet James Baldwin when I was 10.
Yeah, James Baldwin?
What? She took me to see Ray Charles.
Who the hell is James Baldwin?
Boy.
Yo, James Brown.
James Brown used to come to Paris. And it would be like,
For
ladies
real,
and gentlemen, James Brown is coming. Get your tickets. Oops. Too late. Sold out.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fun. But that's
So you came over here and you started a tour business.
I came in 1997 with my then 11-year-old daughter. I was going to spend a year. I'm still here. My friends
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I could live here. I
Yeah,
understand.
real
I could
easy.
live here.
What's the allure to Paris for you?
For me, it was after having spent 25 years as a broadcast journalist, and I was a travel reporter. I traveled all over the world. I was doing all kinds of stuff. I wanted to get out of the box of racism in America. That was one of the most important things. I wanted to just spend a year just being me.
Right.
What's the difference for you for here in America? What's the difference?
Is that you're a person first. Then you can be a fool, and they can kind of drop you out. But you can be a person first, and then you become who you are.
See,
but
then
it's
I respected over here.
So you're saying just a human being with no racism attached, no color lines, all of that.
Let me kind of, there's a caveat. Africans are catching hell.
Okay.
Oh.
Africans are catching hell. But it's like, in the United States, how it used to be Africans and West Indians were real special. They were exotics.
Right.
Well, in France, we are the exotics.
America.
We have such a history here in terms of all we've brought. Now, I have to say this one other thing. Africans have been here since before there was a here.
Yeah.
We don't realize how close. We just up the street from the Mediterranean, just up the street from Africa, from North Africa. The very first city in France, the first city, oldest city, is a city called Marseille.
Wow,
Marseille is like New Orleans used to be before Katrina. It's like, whoa, where all these black people come from?
Right.
They're like, oh, we've been here since there was a here.
Okay, cool. Okay, you got to stay here.
Yeah, you do.
Because you're the most
Find out
interesting
about
person
these
we can talk to.
Africans.
You ain't going nowhere. Sit down on this show. Freedom Friday we about to talk about Paris. We're about to learn a bunch of stuff. And some great stuff. If you come over here, we got this woman owns a great business that we want you all to partake of. Want you to go to a website when I come back, Steve Harvey Nation. We're going to shut it down. We're going to shut your website down.
Yes.
We're going to shut your website down today.
All right, let's shut it down.
All right, watch this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
This is our second guest from France. We found the most interesting guest we've had. Her name is Ricki Stevens. She's originally from Oaktown, Bay Area, out there.
East Palo Alto.
WKBLX. That's where she's from, East Palo Alto.
Thank you.
Just to keep it real. And she's here. She has a business here called BlackParisTour.com. BlackParisTour.com. Want everybody to go online and check it out so you can see what we're talking about. We've discussed moving to Paris. We've discussed some of the differences here. What's some of the great places to eat here in Paris?
Ooh, everywhere. But actually, it's my colleague Bebe Tokoto, who she's from Bebe Tokoto. She's from Cameroon.
She looked like Yolanda Adams.
She's cute. She
has
this.
You ever seen Yolanda Adams? Look at her. That's what
she has
like.
This way of going to the
Baby
restaurants that will make you scream.
Really?
All right now.
And so the food here is just amazing.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay.
Will you stop?
Hey,
Must you embarrass us
Again.
possible
Where this
occasion,
damn
right,
restaurant
Carla?
at? Again,
But
is my wife gonna let me go?
I, I think the difference is this is a third world country.
Right.
This is a third world country,
France?
just
Because
dressed
of the-
up real cute with buses that run on time. And the thing is, it's like going south. You know how you went south and they could cook. You go to New Orleans
Right.
and you go to a little restaurant. The screen is falling off the door and they got the best food you ever had.
Food off the chain.
Yep. That's what it is. They take great pride in the way things look, the way
Presentation,
things
yeah.
taste.
You're right.
And it's like holidays. That means food and family.
They don't do as many preservatives and stuff like
No,
that.
but you don't say preservatives because that's a condom. Say conservative.
That's a fuck.
Okay.
Wait a minute, what, Ricky?
When I
Preservatives
first came
is a
here,
condom. You heard her. She didn't stutter.
I
So
didn't
wait,
say condom
Preservatives
yet.
is.
Preservatives is a what?
If you say preservatif, ça c'est un condom. If you say conservative, those are preservatives.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And they don't play that. You get a loaf of bread, a baguette,
Is that why?
and tomorrow it's gonna be like a baton. You can hit somebody with it.
It'd be hard.
It's just different, but I
It's
love
fresh.
the way they're into their food, the naturalness of it.
Yeah.
The way that you go. My French friends like Marie, she didn't go to Costco and stock up for a month. You go to the outdoor market 3
Every
days a
day.
week,
Wow.
and buy what
and
you
you buy
need.
what you're
A
gonna
little
eat.
at a time.
Yeah.
And the wine is so
So-
good and rich. And it's
Lord.
it's good.
He had some good wine.
Uh-huh.
All right.
He need to try wine. He really do. Anything else?
So that's why I think there's, if it's a bad restaurant, you couldn't stay in business long here. Because just a little, when I do my tour, we go up to a little hole in the wall in Little Africa. Sweet couple, they're from Mali. Their chef is just burning the food, and I have
Really?
people who come and they're like, "Oh, I don't know. We want white tablecloths." By the time they finish that food, they're like, "We'll be back tomorrow. We're coming
Really?
here tomorrow."
Really?
We'll have more.
People who've never had African food.
Okay, stay here.
Yeah.
She's our special guest
Yes.
for a few more breaks
We
this
love
morning.
her.
We're going to learn some more about Paris. Don't forget, blackparistour.com, everybody. Go online. Let's go. Nation Rise Up, blackparistour.com. We'll be back.
You're
this morning.
listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, our special guest is Ricki Stevenson. She lives here in Paris. She started a great company over here called Black Paris Tour. Blackparistour.com. I think y'all have shut it down already. Black Paris Tour.
I don't think we
So I
can
don't
get
think
on
you
there.
can go. We already shut it down. Blackparistour.com. If you ever come over to this area, it's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful city. Paris is a beautiful city. Got a lot of history in it and a lot of black history in it, too. And so our special guest, she's been sitting in from time to time with us this morning, Ricki Stevenson. Hi, Ricki. How are you again?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, now, the French people created a very comfortable environment to blacks to live and entertain during the height of the Jim Crow laws. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I mean, there was a time when, imagine, Marian Anderson came over here and made her debut in France when she couldn't even perform at the greatest opera house in France. That's where she made her debut. This is 1935. She couldn't even remember the whole thing about the daughters of the American Revolution and all of that.
Yeah, I perform at the Daw
Yeah,
Constitution
it should
Hall
be
in-
duh. But she was performing in 1935 here, and the French loved her, and the French went crazy. All the kings, and I think she performed everywhere. There are so many black folks that came. I mean, when you think about Louis Armstrong, Miles Davis, Charlie Bird Parker, when you talk about all these folks who came, but it even goes back before that. It goes back way before that. We were here. We've been here since there was a here. I think I talked about that already, that there was the oldest city in town. The oldest city in the country is Marseille. All the Harlem Renaissance writers used to go to Marseille. Why don't we go now? Frederick Douglass went to Marseille. Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, County Cullen, Claude McKay. They appreciated our brilliance, what we brought to it, World War I, James Reese, Europe, and the 369th Harlem Hellfighters Band came here. And as you said, Tommy, they shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. The French went berserk about their music. It's like, we want them, we want them, we want them, we want them. I mean, it was... Remember the first time you heard the Grambling Band perform?
Yes, ma'am.
The power?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what it was. The French had never experienced that before. And they just went crazy.
How much you think they pay for these jokes?
I got a stand-up career again.
I bring damn jokes over here because they old in the States now. I can bring this whole tour over here.
We're going to have to work on that French thing. You got to go in. But
yeah, but you know, I do enough, you know. All of them understand me. There's some words that I found over here that cash is universal. You say cash, everybody know what that is. Ooh la la. Everybody know ooh la la.
But you have to learn how to say with a flair. Oh la 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 la.
All right now, Ricky. Mess around, be on a black tour for real.
We're gonna have to put you on. But yeah, back to your.
Got what you said. Mess around and be on a black tour for real.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah,
you know he
is.
is, Ricky.
In such a wonderful way.
Yeah. I think that this is great. This woman has this company over here, everybody. If you're heading this way, if you want to know more about it, if you're going on a wonderful vacation, and you don't go somewhere other than Vegas, which is what I thought was just the ultimate. BlackParisTour.com. Her name is Ricki Stevens. There's a lot of stuff to see here, a lot of cultural events to partake of, a lot of history to learn about.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, right quick.
Next time, All for One and One for All, a black man wrote that.
Three Musketeers.
Alexander Dumas was a black man. His father, a black man. His name is on the Arc de Triomphe, the greatest general Napoleon ever had.
Wow.
There's a place where we go, 3 statues. Alexander Dumas the general, Alexander Dumas the writer, Alexander Dumas the son of the writer. He was also a writer and an actor.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.